two teenage girls playing video games may not seem all that surprising to you. But the impact that Lacey and Rachel Sanders make when they stop playing is what has changed not just First Baptist Three Forks, but the town itself.
I like how they do help in the community, because it's always, our Three Forks needs a lot of help, and so it's good to have someone help them.
Three Forks is where the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin rivers all come together to form the Missouri River. It's also where Pastor Richard Clark and Montana Strengthening team leader Mark Langley met to pray and strategize how to revive a church that hadn't baptized anyone in quite some time.
Very small church, a church that for all practical purposes was very much dying. I've described it as one foot in the grave, the other sliding in.
I can remember looking at the ACP, the 5 to 10 year ACP for First Baptist Three Forks, and realized it was a church. I can't say that it was in trouble, but a church that needed help, and it needed a pastor who was willing to ask for help.
There are times I really did not think that we would be turned around. I had doubts about where the church would be today. The only teenagers were my two daughters. There was a lot of strife from years past still taking place. That's what we came into.
With the Lord's leading, Clark decided to get plugged into the town through substitute teaching and driving a bus.
We realized from previous ministries we've got to be involved in people's lives. In Three Forks, Montana, it takes a couple of years to really be able to build a friendship that will progress to something more in-depth with ministry and about Christ.
Slowly he started getting to know the townspeople, and so did his children. That's how a brand new youth group was formed.
Well, Rachel and I started going, we went to youth group, and then we invited our very close friends, like our best friends, and then we just started inviting more people, just casually and stuff, and then people actually came.
Well, we went from having hardly any to it being pretty much a non-denominational youth group to where we reached the whole community.
And as this youth group and church started to grow and reach out, people noticed, even at the coffee shop down the street.
You can tell that they really care about our community, the children, the families in the community, and you just see them contributing all over, whether they through the vacation Bible schools or interacting with the children through driving buses or substitute teaching at the school. It's nice to see people who live by their faith. You know, they don't just preach it on Sundays. They truly care about the people in their community and are available whenever, 24/7.
Both Clark and Langley say that this turnaround is thanks to a lot of prayer, hard work, and a new Montana resource called The Next Best Place.
We needed a tool to help these churches begin to turn around and begin to grow again, become revitalized and important in their communities and bring value to their communities. So now we've got a church that used to average 0 to 3 baptisms a year. Last year had 17 baptisms, a lot of them out of the teenagers and the young people that came to the youth program here. And that was an encouragement to those of us working on the state level that, wow, maybe God is in this, you know? It could be something He's going to use.
The Sanders girls don't know much about the Next Best Place, but they keep inviting friends to First Baptist. In fact, a number of youth that are now active in the church started coming because of an invite from either Lacey or Rachel.
The girls started inviting friends, and it blossomed from 5 up to almost 30 at times. And it was just insane how fast the Lord worked in the kids' lives.
People are excited to be there, and it's more relatable, I think, for different ages.
Now it's not just about people coming to church, but about the church going out and making a difference.
We do fundraisers and VBS, that's a fun one.
And through that we're able to invite others to come to church or to minister to them.
You can tell that they really care about our community, the children, the families in the community, and you just see them contributing all over.
I just really believe that First Baptist is one of those early success stories because we really didn't know how God was going to use this process. And so Richard was willing to be one of those very early churches. Well, I've had a couple of pastors tell me, in fact, neither of them knew the other was saying this, but they sat in front of me and said, this is more than next best place for us. We're calling it last-ditch effort.
The one thing I really appreciate about Mark is that he has a heart for churches turning around, being healed, and becoming vital, vibrant and vital in their communities, and it's never too late.